Dear Hospice of East Texas, words cannot express the deep gratitude in my heart for what Home Place and your staff have done for my family. Let me tell you a story that will paint the picture. Kevin and I were married for almost 28 years. 13 of those were good. 15 years ago, Kevin started down the road to alcoholism, and there was no redeeming him. The years were hard, and the destruction to himself, his home, and his family was heartbreaking. The final 6 months were brutal, with much verbal and emotional venom spewed on me and our daughter Carly, who has a neuromuscular disorder and lives at home. Kevin entered the hospital and was there for 5 challenging days as the staff and our son Matt and I tried to figure out options. At last the doctor told me he was discharging Kevin to go home with me to die because there was nothing else medically that could be done for him in the hospital. A social worker came to talk to me. Kevin was unfunded because he had taken himself off my insurance, and because I worked, Kevin didn't qualify for Medicaid. The social worker didn't have any other options for us either, but I knew that after what we had lived through in the last years, physically and emotionally, we could not manage Kevin at home. Moments later, Dr. Laura Ferguson from Hospice of East Texas walked up, and after a brief conversation with me and then with Kevin, told me that Kevin would be transferred to Home Place that very afternoon. I was speechless. You see, for the past 15 years, I have had these words on my makeup mirror. Oh my God, He will not delay, my refuge and strength always. I will not fear, His promise is true. My God will come through always. In less than 60 seconds, after 15 years of agony, God came through, and He used Hospice of East Texas and your doctors and nurses to show His glory and to accomplish His will. That afternoon, as I walked into Home Place to fill out paperwork, I was immediately filled with peace and wrapped up in the love and caring of your people. I could breathe again. After 15 years of walking on eggshells and holding my breath, but never giving up hope, I knew I could rest and that Carly and I would be okay. The second day Kevin was at Home Place, Dr. Royal Becker and I had a conversation about the situation, and he asked me what my goal was. I didn't know what to say. All the medical discussions we had had for so long were about Kevin. Dr. Becker wanted to know what my goal was. I thought a minute, and then I told him that my goal was to be able to show Kevin grace and mercy as he finished out his days. It's hard to show grace and mercy when you're hurt and angry and afraid, and I was all of those things for so long. I needed to be in a safe place to give grace and mercy to Kevin so he could pass away peacefully. I found that safe place in Home Place. Dr. Becker understood and supported my goal. He made sure that Kevin was comfortable and was allowed to stay at Home Place until the end. All the staff at Home Place who worked with us showed the utmost respect, care, and support. In our 3-week stay, there were some crazy and wild times that I would never have been able to handle at home. There was also a never-ending supply of compassion, caring, laughter, hugs, humor, and encouragement. There was food in the family kitchen. There was music in the hallway. There was a snack cart that rolled up in the hallway when my stomach was growling, but I didn't feel like eating, but I could handle a snack. There was also the much-needed reminders of, we've got this, I promise. It's okay to go home. Go take care of your daughter. After Kevin died, I bought a brick to be placed in the walkway in the garden at Home Place. Its inscription reads, Grace and Mercy. I didn't choose those words for our family or in memory of Kevin. I chose those words in hope that they might speak to other families, those like ours, who struggled to find grace and mercy amid the agony and anger. Who are the heroes of this story? Dr. Ferguson, Dr. Becker, Dr. O'Kelly, all the nursing staff, especially Maggie, Renee, and Johnny. The CEO and board of Hospice of East Texas are committed to their mission. By caring for us, even though Kevin did not have health insurance, they protected and supported Carly and Matt and me and allowed Kevin to die with dignity. They gave us a gift, a beautiful gift, in allowing the end to be full of grace and mercy. And of course, the biggest hero of all in our story is God, for His never-failing love and ever-faithful promises, always. Thank you, Hospice of East Texas and Home Place, for allowing God to use you and for caring and loving deeply. In heartfelt gratitude, Diana Cope.